So the thing about assholes is that they spend their whole lives uh, perfecting this technique of passing themselves off as being the good guys. That's what it comes down to. And when it's politicians, this is like the worst example of it. This is the worst level, because here they are going around fooling all the voters, all the lazy little complacent. He's such a nice man. He shook my hand. It's such an honor to meet you, sir. I'll vote for you. You do good things, don't you? Yeah, sure, I believe that. And they don't want, and then you try to tell this guy is ripping you off. He's ripping off the whole city. He's ripping off the whole state. Oh, you're bad talking some. Why are you bad talking them? He's a nice man. He shook my hand. He said hi to my baby. I'm going to vote for him. I'm satisfied with the candidates that we have. And these fucking idiots allow themselves to be ripped off, and then they're surprised when they find themselves being ripped off. Oh, how did we get here? And then what happens? The same people that have been ripping them off sit there smugly with their arms folded and say, well, now that we're in this crisis situation, the city, you don't want to change. What you want is to have somebody who has the experience of being in office, knows how to handle these situations, when they're the ones who created the situation, that by them, they're the ones who, being in office, created the crisis situation itself. And rather than even ever fessing up and acknowledging, yes, we were the ones responsible because of our corrupt bullshit and lying, ripping you off all the time. We're the ones responsible for the situation the city is in now, or the country or the state is in now. We're the ones responsible. No, they say, oh, well, now we're in this tough times. You need somebody with experience, so re-elect us, the same crooks who created the situation. And people do it. People don't question. So this is the big problem, and they're so and what they're so good at. This is, I guess, the whole core of my whole blabbing about this topic. What they're especially good at is destroying opposition. If you try to run against these people, if you try to speak out against the corruption and the mismanagement that they're doing, they will tear you down. They know how to tear you to shreds, just like a cat tearing a mouse to shreds, or any predator tearing its prey, any wolf tearing a rabbit to bits. This is what they do. You're the rabbit, and they're the wolves. And so it is important. It is an important thing to learn how to deal with these people, and that was the seed of the thought that hours ago I was starting to think about speaking about. Because you encounter these situations, and you can either let them defeat you, or you can try to overcome them and meet the challenge, learn how to deal with these assholes, because that's it. Dealing with assholes is such a prevalent, universal problem that people have to deal with, and they find different ways of trying to deal with this. A lot of them, people go to, okay, so I need a spiritual counselor, spiritual guru guide who will give me advice of how to meditate and maintain my state of serenity and not to get upset when I'm dealing with certain types of very obnoxious people, and don't let it upset my equilibrium, and sit there and say Om. All this bullshit. So I don't think that's really effective. I think what's really effective is learning how to call people, call these assholes on their bullshit, and learn how to maintain your self, your state of calm. In doing it, don't let them rattle you. And I've found that the thought that was going through my head is that maybe these certain situations that I don't like may be training grounds. When I'm on a forum bulletin board, forum on the internet, and there are certain people that are like this, that are just these conniving, devious, lying, insincere assholes that manage to suck people into believing their charade that they're the nice guys, and it's disturbing. But it's a training ground, because if you can learn to overcome this, if you can learn to not let them rattle you through this experience, you can consider it as a training exercise to be able to develop your own skills in dealing with these situations, and maybe that experience can come in handy later on in other experiences, such as dealing with assholes in politics and not letting them disturb you there. Hopefully, if you can learn something from the experience. I don't know. My microphone is making silly noises, so I'm going to stop.